Justin Tucker to kick off for Baltimore.
Justin Tucker has this all teed up. And we're off from Baltimore. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action in this game. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Play clock down to 0, and the flags come out. A little slow to operate the offense, and they're going to back it up as a result of that penalty. So they should be a little prompter in snapping this, you'd hope, Brock, after that delay of game. Herbert from the gun. Connect. Oh, baby, he gets rocked, and the ball is out! And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. Forced out to his right. And he wisely avoids contact, sliding down there, and that played good enough for a first. Offense up to the line fast. Throwing on first is Herbert. Rolling left, buying some time.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. They motion the slot man right. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Along the sideline, and Pitts brings it in. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line. A gain of 27 yards there. And the Giants will have a first down. From the red zone now. This throw is cut.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Second down now, 7 to go. Now Herbert to throw. He's got it. And that's a New York touchdown. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. They couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Now Podlesny on to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Here's Derrick Henry getting it on the ground. Broke through the tackle. And this run is stopped after getting up past the 35. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
They send a receiver in motion right. From the 36. His pass is complete. That's Zay Flowers. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. He was looking for Zay Flowers. And it's going to be 2nd down.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
Hey, report! Report! Like that Steve on up, baby! Hey, middle! We changed it.
Pressure coming. It's Jackson. That one's incomplete over the middle. Looking for Justin Jefferson on that throw. So they're left facing 3rd and long.
Well, you certainly want those throws to be automatic. Every team, if you're going to be efficient, you got to hit those passes in the short to intermediate zone to effectively move the ball in this league.
Jackson now on 3rd. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass. First time this game they've looked to him. And that brings up 4th and long.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
3rd down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on 4th. Lamar throwing again. He connects downfield on 4. And he'll go out of bounds after a pickup inside the opposing 40. It's a 13-yard pickup, and no worry at all on their side from being able to reach that marker on 4th down. That was impressive. Offense executing early. New set of downs at the 38-yard line. Give right side to Henry. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. That was Kayvon Thibodeau there to wrap him up. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
This is Henry on 2nd. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes them to 3rd and 5.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Jackson looking to throw. Caught by Flowers. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Now their opening drive certainly going according to plan, Bronk. It's a new set of downs at the 27. Now here's Keaton Mitchell with the run. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
From the 24. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. That's Jefferson. He's got it. And he stopped cold at the spot. Ooh, he paid for that one, but hey, still enough for that first down. Out of the gun, Henry. And he has this one down to the 8-yard line. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
Finding Flowers. And in for the Baltimore touchdown. Well, whether he stays the go-to guy the entire game remains to be seen, Brock, but no doubt about it on that opening drive. He was the star. Bunch of catches and a touchdown to begin this one.
Yeah, Kate, I think it's twofold. Number one, this guy, you just know, you want to get that engine started because when it revs hot, big things happen for this offense. Number two, you felt like there were people there you could pick on defensively. And this defense, better find some answers for this playmaker.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Here's Herbert. Gets this to Slayton. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little...
With the score tied.
Welcome back. We'll begin this second quarter with the Giants in possession. They've got a first to begin the frame. Throwing now, Herbert. Completed to his running back. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Offense in the hurry up here.
First down, New York.
Here's Herbert, first and 10. And he just hucks this one away. Wasn't going to risk a throw or force something. It brings up second down.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had two choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
Complete over the middle. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. On the ground, this is Isaac Arindo. And they bring him down at the 25-yard line after surrendering some good yardage. Working quickly here. From the 25 on second down. On the move, headed right. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And it brings up third down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
On third and 2, Herbert. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to take this across. Touchdown, New York. The Giants take a second quarter lead. Kyle Pitts with a touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. Podlesny's extra point is up and good. And the Giants break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Podlesny on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, first and 10. Receiver in motion, headed right. And they're going to drag him down after a decent gain. He gets up to the 36. The rookie out of Alabama, they're on the tackle.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
Complete, Derrick Henry. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that it was all him, turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Likely's got it right side. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too. We'll give to Henry on the inside handoff.
This is ahead for about 5. Brought to a halt by Deonte Banks. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Quick pass right side, complete. And he'll get them enough for a 1st down.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
1st down, here's Lamar. Completed over the middle. And he's going to be brought down at the 23-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in 1 play and keep driving that defense backwards.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. That brings us to the 2-minute warning at the Inner Harbor. The Ravens working here. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
Keep it rolling, boys. Keep it rolling.
Pistol snap to Jackson. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Jackson's going to throw again. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. And the Giants take over on his 5th interception of the season. Well, we both saw what he was doing, Brock, trying to work the sideline there, but I don't think he ever saw the corner sitting back and just waiting to break on that throw.
And that's what the good ones do. They use the sideline to their advantage. It really becomes the 12th defender on the field. The elite corners in this league, they'll play to it. They'll bait those quarterbacks to making that throw, and then they'll close fast and take that ball away.
Herbert out of his end zone. And he won't find an escape. They converge and drop him for the safety. Some early down aggressiveness in the shadow of their own end zone there, Brock. And unfortunately, it costs them. They're going to have to punt it away following the safety.
Well, you know me. I don't ever mind aggressiveness. I think it empowers your quarterback, empowers that offensive huddle. But you also got to know, as a quarterback, if you call a pass play, you got to do your job. And doing your job means avoiding a safety in that circumstance. When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
And they send a man in motion. 1st and 10. Here's Jackson. Got to him right as he threw it, and it falls to the ground. Trying to find Justin Jefferson. So that brings up 2nd down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
2nd and 10 now. To the sideline and secured by London. And he's able to move past the 45 before going out.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Into the hands of Jefferson, complete. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
From the gun, a run for Henry. And he'll advance this down to the 38-yard line. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that 1st down marker.
This finds Likely. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
On 1st down, Jackson. Caught at the 10-yard line. And he's down to the 8 before going out. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
They've run this 12-yard out route, Kate, at the combine, well, all the way back to last century when I had to throw it. In this throw, this is a big boy throw. This is a differentiator. Can you make that deep out throw on time, on rhythm, and accurately? Well,
touchdown, Baltimore! It seems like a lot of the time, Brock, even if the results aren't quite as flashy every rep, tight ends are even more reliable scorers than a lot of receivers are when it comes to the passing game.
Yeah, I would agree with that, but there's also a lot more real estate for them to work with, right? Think of the receivers. They got to deal with the sidelines, that 12th defender. Many of these tight ends, they've got a ton of field to work with, and when they prove to the quarterback they can be a difference maker, he'll look for them.
Now the Ravens offense staying put. Look at this. They're going for 2. Lamar throwing again. And he's into the end zone. Successful play there. That makes the lead 3 points. Well, not the way they drew it up, partner, but when it works, who cares? They didn't defend the check down throw, and it's open for 2.
I can still remember one of my first red zone days way back when. Touchdown to check down. Touchdown to check down. Now, I know it's not a touchdown, but this check down, well, it was a valuable 2 points.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. He'll bring it out from a couple yards deep. They stop him right as he gets up past the 15. We'll see how they choose to use these final 22 seconds, Brock, of our first half. Throwing on first is Herbert. Finds him over the middle. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down.
A gain of 18 on the play. And the Giants first down.
Herbert from the gun. That one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Couldn't connect on first. It's 2nd down. Pickens motioning left. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Into the hands of Pitts. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Herbert to throw once more. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
So here comes the kick team for what will be a very long attempt. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. So we're through 2 quarters now. Still a half of football to be played. We'll be back with more of the NFL on EA Sports. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Now Podlesny on to handle the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Henry gets it here to start the drive. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Tackled on that play by Isaiah Simmons. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Toward Flowers, it's intercepted. Adoree Jackson makes the play. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. Went to the oh well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Now, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future, and they had somebody there waiting for it that time.
So following the missed point after, a chance to take his frustrations out on that football as he sends this away. And he wasn't chancing a return there, putting it out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap to Jackson. He'll get this. They get to him, and he loses the football. It's out! But it bounces out of bounds, so they'll retain possession. They manage 22 on the rip and a 1st down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. 1st down throw for Jackson. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing again is Lamar. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Giants get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
You know, Kate, once you've thrown a couple picks, it's easy to become check down Charlie, right? Just throw it underneath and not take any more risk because you don't want to throw what he just did, his 3rd interception of the game. It's time to protect the football at all costs. And if not, Well, that backup better get ready.
Good starting field position for the Giants as they head up 1st and 10. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. Putting a receiver in motion. From the 44 here on 2nd down. Pitts brings it in. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Offense up to the line fast. Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4. Offense in the hurry up here. Motion man right is Slayton. He's got pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up. Working from the gun here. It's Herbert. He's in trouble and gets brought down again. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. Looking to throw. He'll get this complete to Pitts. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. And they make the tackle. I'm not sure that was an advisable gamble in this spot, Brock, as they turn it over on downs.
You know, these 4th down plays are all about trust. You lean into what you do best. Unfortunately, with the lack of execution, you're going to throw that one off the playlist.
The drive begins with Henry. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 7 yards, and now they'll have 2nd down and 3. Another run for Henry. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. Third and just 2 to go. From the gun, Jackson escapes the pocket. Complete beyond the marker. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. 5 yards on that play and enough for a new set of downs. Offense set for a 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Lamar now from the gun. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And they make the tackle at the 38. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore. New set of downs for him at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Henry. And he'll be stopped after getting this down to the 31. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Nice to see that connection, that chemistry working between the 2 of them.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Trying down the middle with Henry. He locates a couple of yards through that chaos. That was Jonathan Allen on the tackle. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is you put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
And he gets leveled just before he reaches the marker, and that hit prevents a 1st down.
That's a gain of 6. It's third and 2.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. Blitz coming, Lamar. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You know, Kate, my years in Indianapolis with Peyton, he loved to know the tendencies of a defense. In 3rd and short, more often than not, all across the league, you get man-to-man coverage. It really is a good time to throw. Unfortunately, couldn't execute that pass in a 4th down instead.
He'll throw it to the sideline and secured by London. And it looks like he went out of bounds right at that 7-yard line. The right call came in at the right time, give him 9 yards and a successful conversion on 4th. That excitement brings us to the end of the quarter. They'll have a shiny new set of downs to play with to start the 4th.
17.
Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. 1st and goal. Jackson yet again. The throw is caught. And that play is brought to a halt. They're going to say at the 5-yard line.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
2nd and goal coming up. 5 yards to the end zone. Down real close to that goal line at the 1. Working quickly here.
It's now 3rd and goal.
And he's in for the touchdown. The Ravens take a 4th quarter lead. Derrick Henry, the touchdown. Now a try to go up by 4, put it out of the range of a field goal. And he sends the point after right through the uprights. And the Ravens take a 4-point lead. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And this is taken in the end zone but not returned, so they'll take it out to the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. To throw, Herbert. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. George Pickens, the intended target. And now they face 2nd down. Well, he found the route he wanted pretty quickly, Brock, but maybe, I don't know, he telegraphed who he wanted a little too much because that defender sure got there just as the ball arrived to force it loose.
Yeah, this is one of those tough moments as an analyst, right? Because you're right, offensively didn't get the job done, but I'm going to give a gold star to the defense. Anytime you make contact and you disrupt that pass, that's a job well done defensively.
And this one does not go far. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. On 3rd down, Herbert. He's on the move. Now he'll fire it deep. He's headed back towards the center of the field. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
Put the body on the line for his team. And he will get the first as they touch him down. Now Herbert to throw. Throws a bullet down the left sideline. And he has it along the sideline, but he got a little too close to that edge. They're going to say he's out of bounds. We've got second down. So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. From the gun, Gurindo. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
First and 10, Herbert. Buys time, rolling right. He takes it himself.
Well, the QB made something happen and got some yardage when the play didn't develop right. And even got himself out of bounds to avoid a hit. The only negative at all is he couldn't quite get the first down.
Shotgun, handoff to Gurindo. Cuts it to the right sideline. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
I'll tell you what, Kay, one of the things I'm most proud of coming out of broadcast are my O-line buddies that will hit me up during the game and say thank you. Thank you for finally showing some love and giving some light to what those big boys are doing up front. I got to play with some of the best to do it. I got to see it up close and personal. Because of it, I'll never forget it. And they just showed up on that run.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They've jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. Running it after the penalty. Finds a big lane, and he has this all the way down to the 14-yard line. They get back 8 and now have a second and much more manageable 7. That's the 2-minute warning here from Baltimore. Giants losing by 4. Second down now, 7 to go. They'll go right back to Gurindo. And he'll pick up a little down to the 12-yard line. They got 2 yards there, and that leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
So now here's 3rd and 5. To throw. And Willie, no, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ballgame. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Every sack, every stop has just been like another nail in the coffin. And now there's only one spot for a nail left. This is their last chance. And that defense, well, they've got this crew on the edge of the cliff. Now can they go finish when it matters the most?
Facing a 4th and 12, but this offense is undeterred. Now to throw. That's cut beyond the marker. And he will score and give him the lead in the final minute. So what a finish this is shaping up to be. The late touchdown here, Brock, moves them in front.
And week to week, what a pleasure it is for us to call these games. We never know what kind of game we're going to get. This one's been everything you could have wanted. And now, even though they've taken the lead, there's still enough time on that other sideline for them to go mount a response.
Back to throw. Getting out to his left. And he gets back to the line, but no more. That was their chance to take a field goal out of the picture altogether, Brock. But now, really got to buckle down and keep them out of field goal range.
Isn't this just the NFL, Pete?
It is.
I mean, every single week it seems like we're into these one possessions at the end of the game, situations that matter. And now what matters for this defense is to keep the explosive plays to a minimum. Make this other team earn it if they're going to move down the field and, in fact, kick that game-winning field goal.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Here he is to throw. That one's caught. He's finally caught, and he lost the football. Oh, no, it's out. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
I think that's one of those cases, Kate, where this defense wished that ball was round. You know, it's not, and it bounces in funny ways, and unfortunately for the defense there, it bounces the wrong way right out of bounds.
Setting up to pass. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down. No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. He'll look to throw it. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Here he is to throw. That's caught for the first. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. All right, so they like the results on the field, and they're going to decline this penalty. All their timeouts left, but not much time itself. It's 1st and 10. They'll run here following the penalty. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. The Giants using their first timeout. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
At the 27-yard line.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Running once more with Henry. And they'll stop him after a short pickup to the 24. Timeout called, and that's going to be the 2nd for New York. Still 1 more in their pocket to use. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Handoff headed right to Henry. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. The Giants are going to call their final timeout here. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
A 39-yard attempt.
That one is good! And they're going to take the lead inside the final minute.
I know that was a kick he could make in his sleep, but with the game on the line, he delivered.
Justin Parker to kick off for Baltimore.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30.
The Giants take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a first and 10. Herbert from the gun. And that's incomplete with 7 seconds left. Time for one, maybe two more snaps.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Back to the air, Herbert. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes him back. Third down coming up. So in front of the flock of fans in the stands, the Ravens get the win at home. And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with a victory. So for Brock Huard and all of our crew, I'm Kate Scott, wrapping up another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. The Ravens are your winners as we say so long from Baltimore.
what you talking about. There's still something else with that. That's what she said.